There comes a time in every person's life when they begin to truly understand the value of what they've had. It's often in the moments when that thing, that presence, that person is no longer by their side, and suddenly everything changes. A deep emptiness fills the heart. A void so powerful it shakes you to your very core. You wonder, how did I not see it? How did I not realize? The truth is, my friend, we sometimes have to lose something to fully understand the treasure it was. In life, we go through seasons, times of growth, times of discovery, times of wandering, and sometimes times of blindness. We rush, we chase, we seek things that seem urgent, and in that race we fail to notice the one thing that could truly bring peace to our soul. And then comes the moment when the scales fall from our eyes, we see clearly, and we realize, I miss that like crazy. Not because of what we've lost, but because of what we failed to truly cherish while we had it. I know there's someone here today who has been in that place, wondering why they didn't appreciate the simple, precious gifts before them. Perhaps it's a relationship, a friendship, a family member. Perhaps it's even your relationship with your faith. You've been so busy going about life, chasing after the next success, the next goal, the next accomplishment, that you didn't take a moment to recognize what was right in front of you, what was truly valuable. The reality is we all experience this feeling at some point. But I want you to know something today. You are not alone. You see, it is in the recognition of our loss that we often find the greatest clarity. For in the moments of absence, the truth comes rushing in, and with it comes the desire to correct the course. It's a wake-up call, a moment to realize that what we thought we could live without was actually the very thing that gave us life. Don't wait until it's too late to grasp this truth. Don't let the gift slip through your fingers without taking a second look at its beauty. Life is fleeting. Time moves on whether we are ready or not. But when we take that step back, when we recognize the worth of what we've had, something powerful happens. It is at that moment, my friend, that you are no longer bound by the regrets of the past. You can move forward. Not to recapture what you've lost, but to appreciate and protect the value of the things that remain. Do not let your heart be consumed by what could have been, for there is still time to make things right. If you miss something, let it be the sign that it is not too late to reconnect. It is not too late to realign your priorities, to refocus your efforts on what truly matters. Maybe it's a relationship you need to mend. Maybe it's a moment with your loved ones you need to appreciate before time slips away. Maybe it's your walk with God that you need to deepen, to rekindle that fire you once had. Remember this, regret can be a powerful teacher. But the key to moving forward lies not in wallowing in the past, but in taking the lessons learned and using them to shape the future. You see, when you realize what you've been missing, that's when you can begin to understand the value of what you still have, and it changes everything. It awakens something inside you, a new purpose, a new desire, a desire to never again take for granted the blessings, the people, the opportunities that are placed before you. Yes, the heart can ache when it misses what it has lost, but there is a grace that comes with that ache, a grace that can heal and transform if we allow it. You may feel like you've made mistakes. You may feel like time has passed you by, but know this, it is never too late to open your heart and make things right. It is never too late to love again, to appreciate again, and to walk in the purpose God has called you to. The world may be full of distractions, but there's something precious that lies in those moments of realization when you finally see the beauty in what you've had. And that, my friends, is the turning point. Let it guide you to a place of gratitude, a place of love, and a place of renewed purpose. Sometimes we only realize the true value of something once it's no longer present. The moment of loss brings clarity about what we've taken for granted. Loss often serves as a wake-up call, showing us the importance of what we had and prompting us to reevaluate our priorities and values. While we can't always recapture what we've lost, we can learn to deeply appreciate and protect what remains, using loss as a catalyst for gratitude. Regret isn't something to dwell on, but a powerful teacher that can guide us to make better decisions moving forward and avoid taking blessings for granted. It's never too late to realign our lives, reconnect with what matters, and move forward with a renewed sense of purpose and appreciation for what we have. These keynotes encapsulate the central themes of the speech: understanding loss, gaining clarity, and using that understanding to move forward with a renewed sense of purpose. There comes a moment in life when you stand still long enough to look back and realize how much you've overlooked. You may have been so consumed by the rush of life, by the demands of the day, that you never paused to appreciate the beauty and significance of the people, the opportunities, or the moments you had. And it's only when they're gone that you see them clearly, like a picture in a fog that suddenly comes into focus. This is the value of recognition. It's not just a simple acknowledgement. It's a deep, soul-stirring awareness of what you had, what you've missed, and what you now long to hold again. When you recognize the worth of something in hindsight, it isn't a moment of regret. It's a pivotal moment of growth. It's as if you've been given a pair of glasses to see the world with a new perspective, a sharper vision. What was once ordinary now shines with extraordinary significance. The relationships you took for granted, the simple acts of kindness, the moments of peace, you begin to see them as the treasures they truly were. This recognition, though often born out of loss or absence, brings with it a sense of clarity that changes how you move forward. You begin to approach life differently, with a renewed sense of purpose and a deeper gratitude for the things that matter most. Recognition isn't about what you've lost. It's about discovering the priceless gifts you may have never fully understood until now. There are moments in life when the full weight of what we've lost comes crashing down on us. And it's in that moment, when we feel the sting of absence, that we suddenly understand the profound value of what we once had. It's like the fog lifts and everything that we once overlooked becomes clear. When we're so wrapped up in the hustle of life, we sometimes forget to pause and recognize the beauty of the things that are right in front of us. We assume they'll always be there, and in doing so, we fail to appreciate their true worth. But when that thing or person or opportunity is gone, the recognition comes flooding in, often too late. This realization, painful as it may be, has the power to reshape us. It shows us how blind we were in the past and invites us to live with greater awareness in the present. Sometimes it takes losing something to open our eyes to its real significance. It's not about feeling regret or wishing things were different. It's about acknowledging the lessons that come with loss. We learn that the things we thought we could live without were, in fact, the very things that gave us meaning, joy, and purpose. And in that recognition, we find the strength to grow, to change, and to appreciate what remains in our lives before it's too late. When we experience loss, it's easy to become consumed by what's gone. The emptiness can feel overwhelming, and the longing to recapture what we had can cloud our vision. But there is a powerful truth that emerges from this pain. We still have something left. The temptation is to fixate on what's missing, but it's in shifting our focus to what remains that true healing begins. The relationships, the opportunities, the blessings that are still part of our lives, they are often more precious than we realize. In the wake of loss, appreciating these things becomes not only a source of comfort, but also a foundation for growth. What remains can be the source of renewal, the place where we can rebuild, refocus, and find purpose once more. It's about valuing what we have right now, not as a consolation prize, but as a treasure in its own right. This perspective doesn't diminish the value of what was lost. Rather, it invites us to see the beauty in the present and to cultivate gratitude for the things that still enrich our lives. When we begin to appreciate what remains, we reclaim a sense of peace that allows us to move forward with strength. It shifts our mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance, reminding us that even in the midst of loss, there is always something worth holding on to. Regret can feel like a heavy burden, weighing down the heart with questions of what could have been, should have been. But if we allow ourselves to truly reflect on our regrets, we can transform them into powerful teachers. Regret isn't meant to trap us in the past, but to awaken something deep inside us, an awareness of what truly matters. It shows us where we've fallen short, not to punish us, but to illuminate the path forward. In that moment of clarity, we begin to see the choices we made or didn't make with a new perspective. Regret reveals the areas of our lives where we may have neglected the important things, the relationships, the opportunities, the moments that we didn't fully embrace. And while the pain of those realizations can be sharp, it's the kind of pain that if we allow it, can lead to growth. The key is not to be consumed by the regret itself, but to learn from it, to take those lessons and apply them moving forward. We don't have to live in the shadow of past mistakes. Instead, we can use them to guide us in making better decisions, to help us prioritize what truly matters, and to move forward with greater wisdom and understanding. Regret, when processed properly, becomes the stepping stone to a more intentional, more meaningful life. It doesn't hold us back. It propels us forward with a renewed sense of purpose. In the midst of loss, in the quiet moments of reflection, there lies an opportunity for renewal. Too often we think that when something is gone, it's the end, whether it's a relationship, a dream, or a chapter of our lives. But the truth is, every ending carries with it the seed of a new beginning. We have the chance to start fresh, to make things right, and to realign ourselves with what truly matters. Renewal doesn't require perfection. It simply requires an openness to change, a willingness to embrace what lies ahead with a heart that's been softened by the lessons of the past. It's in those moments of vulnerability and humility that we are given the grace to rebuild. Perhaps it's a new direction, a new relationship, or a new way of thinking that we need. Whatever it may be, renewal comes when we let go of the past grip and allow ourselves to step into a future filled with possibilities. This opportunity is not a one-time event, but a continuous invitation to refresh our spirits, our hearts, and our minds. Life doesn't stop when something ends. It continues with new chances, new hope, and new potential. The pain we feel from loss can either paralyze us or propel us into growth. The choice is ours, to be defined by what we've lost or to be transformed by what we've gained from the experience, allowing us to emerge stronger and more fully alive.